Smoke, that's you? Smoke.
Yeah. You hear
Yeah,
me?
what's good? You hear me?
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, man. Damn, mic. My son messed the mic up and shit. I couldn't even So I was trying to use a different mic. Anyway, we back in Black America Radio with your host Rasta B. Today is August 17th, 2018. Had a little difficulty getting on, and we're gonna be talking about the temperature in America, which is getting hot. Guest calling number 646-716-4654. Smoke is already here on the line, so let me do our official applause.
I thought I had that shit on mute, bro.
So what's going on, man?
I'm like, damn, yo, I hope my phone ain't fucking up. But shit, same
Yeah,
shit,
man.
Friday. Friday.
Hell yeah.
Another week in the books, man. I've been going to sleep early as hell, so I'm tired as a motherfucker. But it's good.
Shit, man. Yeah, me, I've been dealing with my son who is officially a schoolboy now.
Oh,
He
my
just
God.
he just entered into that damn kindergarten and shit.
Word.
In public school, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so he yeah, it's going good. It's actually going perfect, you know what I'm saying? Because his mother, you know what I'm saying, my lady, she been educating him since a child, since she's a stay-at-home mother. So he was well prepared by the time he damn got into school, you know what I'm saying? So it's like basically, which is what my plan was. He's basically going to school to learn that school system and that school structure. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much he's going there to learn. You know what I'm saying? And then now he got homework today. So we're gonna go over the homework Saturday, you know what I'm saying, with him. And whatever they doing for homework, his homework is, I'm gonna give him similar questions of that around that same realm. You know what I'm saying? Type shit like that, and get him tightened up. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. Just keep him advanced, keep him up to par. And then now all the rest of the energy is being put towards the youngest son. Get him ready to go to school in 2 more years. Well, really a year and some change.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's pretty much the
Homework.
focus. Yeah.
Homework.
That's pretty much the focus right now, yeah. Because like I said, I'm raising my sons up to be entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? I'm raising them up to be engineers. Keeping them focused on math and science. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. You know, so that's what it is. So you know, we'll see if that method work, that methodology work. You know what I'm saying? You know me, I'm not the one to usher them into the sports arena, so that's not gonna happen.
It's simple.
Ice.
It's simple and shit. So as long as you stick to that, it ain't gonna be that hard.
Oh no, I ain't even tripping off of that. I seen something. My mother, she called me the other day. She was telling me how how's my son doing in school, because she heard on the news about a young dready boy who the school tried to discriminate against him about his dreadlocks, and she was asking, she was asking about, my son, because he's a dready. So I was like,
that was like private school.
Yeah, that was a private school, and it was a private Christian school. So I told my mother, I said, that's the problem right there. Why are you going to send your child to a private Christian school and then be shocked when you find out that this private Christian school don't want your child in there with dreadlocks.
You already know.
Yeah, that's like me sending my son to a private Muslim school, and I'm like, damn man, another time I gotta pray. Every time I turn around, y'all praying to this damn Allah. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
like
we be expecting too much out of their institutions and shit. You already know how it goes. Shit.
Yeah. Fuck
You know
out of here.
It's like we shouldn't even be. I'm pretty sure he's not going there for free. So
you know what I'm saying?
You know, paying.
And a lot of times too, it's because we got that weird notion that depending on the school your child go to, depends on the knowledge and the education. But the knowledge and the education that comes from you, if you're an active parent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if you're an active parent. Because I look at it
most
like
parents
this.
not though. A lot of parents.
Right.
I ain't gonna say most, but a lot of parents not.
I say most parents not active. You know what I'm saying? Because being an active parent ain't no easy task. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to dismiss them and tell them to run off somewhere. You know what I'm saying? While you zone out in your world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of people not active. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of people not active. But it's like if you're an active parent, if your child, like my son, yesterday he came in talking about he learned some Spanish words. So one of the words was casa, right? So I said, well, what's this word? So he was like, I don't know Spanish. So, so I'm like, it's funny because once they leave school, they're not gonna remember that. You as the parent, that's your job to reinforce it and even take it to the next level where even if that was a 2 week thing that was on the agenda that you have to teach the kids Spanish for 2 weeks or a semester, and then after that you don't have to do it no more. You as a parent, that's your job to keep that up, to allow your child to have a second language, a third language, you know what I'm saying, and things of this nature like that. And then in return, you as the parent, you end up learning another language because you're studying with your child, you know what I'm saying, and you have to speak it so your child could be familiar with it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're when we're talking about active parent, we're not saying active in the sense of what you're doing with your child, which is pretty much the same thing. But it's active parent more so in the sense of you have planned for your child for the long term. You have a 20-year plan. You know what I'm saying, for your child. So it's like you're sitting over there and you're thinking to yourself, listen, this is how you're going to be. I have this thing set up for you to be like this. You know what I'm saying? Not, hey, I put my child in every sports and activities in school. I tell them go to college and I hope for the best. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't work. Nah, you have to say to yourself, no. I have these children and this is what they're going to become. And it's your job to make that a reality. You know what I'm saying? Especially when being black people. Because we can't afford anymore to just throw our children to the wind and watch them blow. And then if you throw them into the school system and the school system determines that your child isn't going to make it into society and want to place them into a prison, now you want to cry, oh, the school to prison pipeline, the school to prison pipeline. Like you have like you're not complicit in your child going down that pipe. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to be more hands-on and understand that strengthening your household, your bloodline, and your lineage, that have to be top priority, especially when you have children. If you don't got children and you single, no children, and you live in your life, then you have free range to live your life in a manner in which you want to live your life. But when you have children, it's time to put all that interest into the betterment of the child, so that child could be raised up better than you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel at least. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Because ultimately they know what you teach them. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, I mean, it's just basically paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they got going on in school. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how it is. You work. You got other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's a simple thing. Just you might think like, you know, that's difficult. You know, I don't have time, or I gotta do this. This is just pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Go in there, go in their book bag, see what they learning. You know what I mean? And just play off of that. It don't have to be something special. Take notice of the things that they, you know, that they might be learning well, or they want to talk to you about. So you gotta pay attention and talk. You know what I mean? Make sure you have conversations with them. And you know, like you were saying, being able to have a plan for what you want your kids to be, but really based on like them making money. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to forecast what's happening out here in real time, so that they'll be able to benefit off of that. You know what I'm saying? So if agriculture is becoming big, then you might have a kid in that. You know what I mean? If being a surgeon is what's popping, they'll be getting the big dollars, and those are the things that we have to forecast. There's nothing worse than going to college and you're getting a business administration degree, and that's what everybody gets.
Yeah,
and when you come out, there's no other
people.
Yeah, you're competing with everybody, with those same qualifications. So, that's up to us to just, forecast what's going on. But
and I say you forecasted by saying how much of this in the black community do we have?
Right.
I want my son to be a football player. Well, how many black football players do we have? Oh, okay. That should be the answer. I want my child to be a basketball player. Well, how many black basketball players do we have? Oh, okay. I want my son to be a black construction worker. Well, not a construction worker, excuse me, a owner of a construction company. You know what I'm saying? An engineer.
Right.
Well, how many black engineers do we have? Oh, that number sounds more promising. You know what I'm saying? That number sounds more promising. How many black electricians do we have? Master electricians. Oh, okay. That number sounds promising. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is how we have to think, because like you were saying, you sending your child to college, getting these student loans and stuff for business, a business degree. And it's like everybody got a business degree. So we got to change all of that up, because really and truly, the temperature in America, shit's changing. There's no other words for it. Shit is changing. And the only way to survive change is to be prepared. You have to have a fortress, so when change hit it, you're protected. See, the funny thing, just to go back into the children aspect of it, and you have to understand that the children, these are the next generation. These are not pieces of shit and crumb snatches and, you know what I'm saying, these little derogatory terms that we call the youth and look at the youth. These are literally going to be your future ... So it's very important what you instill in them and place into their heads and their minds. Now, there was a conversation that me and my lady was talking about based on a Breakfast Club Ask Ye segment. Ask Angela Yee segment. So the thing was, this woman, she calls up. She got two children by a previous relationship, and she got two children with the current man she with now. She didn't indicate that there was nothing seriously wrong with their relationship, no cheating, physical abuse, nothing like that. What her issue was that they weren't married. So she said she's getting sick of being in a relationship and not being married and having to tell people it's her boyfriend, her boyfriend, her boyfriend. She's too old to be having a boyfriend. She said that his excuse for not marrying her was financial. He's like, it's not the right time right now. Money not right. So she says the way she see it is they should get married and everything to work itself out. So when I'm listening to this, I'm like, wow, that she don't even have a plan. She just figures shit just gonna fall into place. Like that's just the basis of her thought. Then she tells Angela Yee that the way she feels is she's gonna give him another year, and if he doesn't marry her, she's gonna leave him. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, that is so interesting. That a woman would destroy her family because this guy did not marry her. So me and my woman, we going back and forth with it. So she's explaining the woman aspect and society and marriage, and this is what the woman wants, and if she's not happy and all this other stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what about the children? Right? Like let's put ourselves into the children mind now. These are four children now, right? These are siblings through the mother. They're used to this man in the house. They're used to them being in the same house together. They're used to shit moving smoothly in the manner in which it's moving. And you're willing to now uproot this reality and shake this foundation up because there's not a ring on your finger. And this man is saying the reason is because of finances. He's trying to get his money right. So, me and my girl, we talking back and forth. And then she mentions finances. So she says, well, in some cases, if, let's say the man is knee deep in debt, and he marries the woman and she may have perfect credit, his debt becomes her debt. So I said, well, but what if that man said, but I love you and I want to marry you? Would you marry me? She was like, yeah, but I said, would it be wrong if she said, no, we need to get your finances in order? So she was like, no. And I said, well, what is the difference then? What is the difference if a man is financially in a situation and he's trying to fix, and he's like, yo, right now is not the good time to get married because financially I'm not there. But you're saying you're willing to ignore that. But you wouldn't ignore it if your situation was right and his was wrong. You wouldn't ignore that. You would say, you got to get your shit together before we get married. But if he says he's trying to get his shit together before we get married, it's a problem. And shit would just work its way out if you just marry me. And it's just funny because at the end of the day, I feel like in those conversations, no, you're not looking at the big picture. And in my opinion, the big picture is the children and the foundation of the house. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, them kids ain't thinking about no contract and no marriage and all kind of stuff like that in no ring. You see what I'm saying? When that bridge get crossed, that bridge get crossed. But right now, I say look at your household and say to yourself, yo, is your household running smoothly? You enjoy being here? You know what I'm saying? You laughing, you smiling? Or are you harping on one thing to destroy the whole picture? You know what I'm saying? It was like it was such a weird thing. I'm thinking to myself, damn. So you as a woman would walk out, you would have 4 children, 2 by one man, 2 by another man, and walk these streets alone by yourself because this man didn't give you a ring.
I mean, see,
but
like,
wait. Listen to one point. But they would be in the same relationship with a dude kicking their ass and won't leave because because love is so strong. And I'd be like, why they don't have the same love for the good brother? It's just weird. Go ahead, Funk. Go ahead, Funk. One of them conundrums.
I was just gonna say, I mean, really, to me, it's just like it's the American hustle that's attached to it. So it's like, you know, women they gonna want to get married, you know, they gonna want to do that shit, all right, you know, whatever. But then it's like the hustle that's attached to it. So it's like, you know, you have the ring that you buy that's not gonna that's not gonna be from a black jeweler. I mean, 1 out of 20, you know what I mean, jewelers is probably black, you know what I'm saying? So you're probably not going to buy it from a black jeweler. So that's money leased out of the black community there. The property because you got a venue somewhere. That venue probably not going to have a black owner, you know what I'm saying? So that's money that's leased out the community right there, you know what I'm saying? And then whatever other expenses, you know what I mean, that comes with it, you know what I mean? That's money that's coming out. So you got the brother, he already in debt, so you're going to acquire more debt. And then the money that was actually spent out, most of it probably not going to go to a black establishment. So it's like a double whammy, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of times with black people in our relationship, if we take the hustle out of it, oh, Valentine's Day, you got to go get this and that. Oh, you bought flowers last year, you got to step it up. Oh, you bought cologne last year, you got to step it up. We got to take the hustle out. A lot of times we put our the value of the relationship on shit like that. And it's just really, what is going back, because really at the end of the day, outside the ceremony, is you putting on file with the with the government that that's you it. In this relation. So it's really,
no.
You tying.
This is what I say. You really signed a contract with the government that you taking full ownership of her.
Yeah, it's the same with her.
That's it. I'm sponsoring her.
For each other's shit, you know
that's it.
So
I'm sponsoring her. No, but you supposed to be the head of house. You supposed to be head of house. You the man. So it's like, listen, government, I'm sponsoring her. I'll make sure she eats, sleep, and fed and everything good. She ain't out here running wild and rampant in the streets. I'll sponsor her, government. And it's like, come on, man.
I mean, it's like, if we take that out of relationship, then you'll see shit like that last, because you know what I mean, just going by the call you was talking about, in her mind it's probably like, oh, this man, he with me, he don't want to marry me, he don't want to walk in. Brother, he like, I'm broke, like, why, if you're going to do this shit, I can't even do it the way you're going to want to do it. So you're going to be not even satisfied if I do it. So you can see the dilemma there, and then the way shit is in America, it's easy to get divorced or just move away from each other and all that shit. So people have that option, so they're going to do it. But if you take all of that away,
add on to this, Mo. Add on to this. I'm trying to get my shit together, stack my paper so I can do it the way you want it. So you know what I want, Smoke? I want the number one thing that all these females are scared of. Give me some time. Oh, that's that scary word, right? Give me some time so I could be able to do that. Then it becomes, oh, how long do I gotta wait? Because what else they tell you on TV, and what's the narrative in America? girl, how long? How long it's gonna take him, girl, to do? How they put time on everything? So now they're expecting you to have something within their time limit in their time zone, and not one time have anybody ever said, "Are you happy? Do you want to be in this relationship? Is this satisfying you?" And that's my question. You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm listening to this woman talk, I'm like, yo, how do you as a woman have 4 children? 2 by one man, 2 by another man, and gonna say, I'm giving him a year. And if by a year he don't propose to me, I'm gonna leave. Not because he cheated, not because he kicking my ass, not because he not a good father, he don't work and stuff like that, because she said he's a good father. It's because we're not married yet. And I'm like, wow, so is that enough to destroy a house? But like I said, these same women ask their girlfriends, yo, you need to leave this dude. This dude is doing you dirty. And these girls will stay and say, because I love him. So I'm starting to wonder, like, so y'all don't love the guys that's busting their ass showing potential. Showing that if you invest in this, there's great rewards later. You don't love those guys. You love the guys that's tearing you down and bringing you beneath where you was, lowering yourself. And these are the ones that the girl always say, I can't leave him because I loved him. And it's like, that shit is so fucking weird to me. And this woman said, I'm going to leave my man with my 4 picnics because of a ring. And all the man said was financially, this shit ain't right. It's such a weird,
she's under the
weird thing.
American hustle spell, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you think back to the, you know, we had a previous show, but it was homegirl that be on, what's her name? Simone Sanders? Simone Sanders?
Oh, the big mouth one.
Right,
head
so
that
she had
CNN. Yeah.
She had the clip where she was talking about how women is the most, you know, they watch the most TV, they spend the most, and you know, so forth and so it's like that woman is, you know, more than likely falls into that category of, you know, watching a lot of TV, reality TV, you know, commercials. So now she feel like she need a certain thing, you know, which is the ring, you know what I'm saying, in order to be in a relationship. So, you know, again, that comes with money, spending, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, you know, going back to that clip, she was just speaking on how, you know, women are, you know, do that. And so hence they influenced by television and things like that. So you see that being portrayed. So even when you see like reality TV, the ratchet shows or whatever, the girls, they always be getting a ring. Even though they might break up like when the show is over. They just divorce. I mean, the engagement is on. But you always see them getting that. And so now you know, you have that with our women when they see it. You know, it's just like another reason to not engage with a dude because it's like he can't be like, oh, Carly Rae got that ring, so I can't get no ring. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not living in reality. So she don't understand, like she's not living in reality. So like, you know, like overall in the black community we be complaining about shit like, you know, fatherless families and shit like that. Women having to do it by how single moms and all that shit. So it's like, for what she wants, you will create some of those problems that, you know, I mean, we already complaining about.
She shit that she gonna complain about later.
Yeah, so
the
it's
same
like,
shit she complaining about, same shit she created.
You're not even being trying to be aware of like what's really happening. You know
what's she doing? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're causing that shit. And then you're going to complain about it. And then you're going to write books and shit and make it like, oh, it's these guys. And yo, a lot of these dudes out here, yo, a lot of shit is just, yo, give me some time to get this shit balanced. And motherfuckers don't got time. They got a 30-minute mind frame. So they looking at, so they add on to what you were saying with the TV shows. They watch the TV shows and they really think, yo, by 3 episodes, that's about 3 weeks, we should be doing this. And at least by 6 weeks, we should be here. And then we should be having our grand finale for the wedding now because this is the end of the season. And you're like, what? I just got this job. I'm trying to pay the bills that we accumulated last year off. You know what I'm saying? And it's like there's no reality. Everything turns into these weird superficial timelines. And what the bad part is, really, is as the woman does that, she's the gatekeeper to the children. So once you have the children, that's when you end up developing boys who now develop that same mind frame as the template of America. So now you got these black boys that grow up, and then they start to display that same shit. That's when you got the dudes that come inside here now, and every time you turn around, they throwing a ring on a woman's finger. I want to marry you. I want to marry you. I want to marry you. Then you hear the woman, oh, he just changed as soon as we got married. Yeah. Because everybody got a different ideology of what this thing is. But nobody's saying one shit. Yo, why don't we go over here now and we just try to build something and build something strong? We in America, black people, we don't even see like frogs in a warm pot of water boiling. That the temperature in America getting hot. It's getting hot. It's not getting make-believe hot. This shit is bubbling. You're starting to see the little bubbles bubbling from the bottom. I was just listening to a news clip where they were saying how with the Manafort case, the judge is getting death threats. They don't even want to give the jury's names out. So the question is this: who's doing the death threat? Is it the left saying you better convict Manafort, or is it the right saying you better have a hung jury? You see what I'm saying? It's a divide in America, and black people picking sides instead of trying to use this division to come up on top. That's when we messing up at. And it's always a divide in America. But where we fell is when we start to play the game like we're Americans. And black man would play the role of the white man, and black woman would play the role of the white woman. Then you end up with situations like in New York with the black woman getting beat up by the Chinese. What you thought about that, Smoke? Chinese beating up the black people.
Well, I mean, you've seen a lot of them. I mean, there's been like a rash of them lately over the last few weeks. I think the most recent, that I seen was the one you mentioned. I was in New York and shit with I think it was a mother and a daughter. They went inside the Chinese nail salon. I think the girl got her nails done and her eyebrows done. They had some type of dispute over her eyebrows, how good they look or whatever, and pretty much ended up to a fight. The fucking Chinese motherfuckers attacking the sisters with brooms and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? For a misunderstanding about the service, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, I mean, common rule of thumb is the customer. Is the customer's always right?
Well, how you felt when you seen it? Yeah.
I mean, I felt like, yo, why we still in these stores? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm disgusted anytime I see, like, somebody of ours getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter, like, the gender. You know what I mean? But it's like, why we still in these stores? Why our sisters still going there? So it's like to show the craziness of these Chinese or Koreans, whatever they was, you know, they hitting them with sticks, brooms and all of that, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. So it's like, to me, I'm just wanting it to be a message, you know what I'm saying, because we know it's disgusting. We could talk about how disgusting it is forever, you know what I'm saying, but it's like, what I be wanting is when we see these shits, we don't just want to go in front of the store and, we need to stop going to these stores. Oh, don't go to that Korean store, go to that. It's like they still be going and coming and eating. So it's like I be wanting us to learn from that shit. Like, man, you see, this is how they treat us. Because in a situation like that, the customer always right.
But you know what,
the customer always right.
You know what I thought when I seen it? I laughed. I had a smile on my face. I said, kick their ass, Chinese. Kick their asses. You know why I said that? Because sometimes you gotta get burned by fire to know it's hot.
Yo, but this been going on for...
No, but what I'm saying is, every time I see it, I laugh. Because one of these days, we're gonna get it. I laugh. Because just like you said, why we still go to their shops? Why we still patronize them? Why we always feel the need to fucking spend our money with other groups of people? So every time they disrespect us, I laugh. And I always say to myself, I hope this black woman get her ass kicked by this damn Chinese. Let black women know ain't no gender war between us. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see one of these white women calling police on these black men, I laugh. Because I'm hoping that just let black men know ain't no gender war between the black man and the black woman. You see what I'm saying? I'm hoping that we see these people are against us, black people. This shit is a us and a we. This isn't no him and a her. This isn't some upper class and a lower class. This shit is black people. And we can sit here and play, we can sit here in front. But like you said, why we this ain't no new shit.
To see, like,
why is it that hard to stop fucking with Chinese? But it ain't hard to stop fucking with black business that treat you bad. Go ahead, Smoke.
So, black women is like the they lead the way in like business creation and making money through business. You know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken, we mentioned that the article on that. You know what I mean? Previous shows or whatever. So the point I'm making though is like that's a business opportunity for black women because majority of the time when you see this, you see black women speak on going to Chinese or Korean Oriental nail technicians and shit like that, where they spend a portion of their money with them. So just like in the case that we just talking about. So that should be a lane that the females who got daughters or you ain't doing that great in school or whatever. Create these businesses for that and soak up that opportunity because the majority of these stores that you see that do nails for us, they're not owned by us, specifically Chinese and Korean. They corner the market for that, just like with their beauty supply. So that should be a lane that we specifically focusing on. Yeah, you don't want to make it every single girl is gonna, they're gonna be a nail technician. Well, why not? Why not know these traits? And at the very least, if you say, well, that's a ghetto business, you ain't gotta say that. All right, well, teach your daughters to do that shit at home. You do that shit at home. You can go to any of these stores and get fucking nail polish and shit like that.
But I had to disagree though. Every black girl should know how to do nails. Every black girl should know how to do hair. Every black girl should know how to take care of another black girl. There's no way in hell black girls should, like, now when I'm saying black girls, I'm talking about black girls, right? Every black girl should know that. Every black woman should be able to see a 17, 18, 20-something year old girl and she could hook up her nails. You know what I'm saying? Or see a little young girl who could come and braid the fuck out of her hair or put weave in her hair, some shit like that. That's supposed to be the hustle for the young girl. That's why a lot of these young girls is on a stripper pole. That's why a lot of these young girls out here selling their pussy and shit like that.
Because when they market for that.
You got other groups of people dealing with the market that you supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying? So now when you're boxed out of the hair game, and you're boxed out of the fingernails and the pedicures and all the other shit like that, and you're boxed out of the clothing, and you're boxed out of all these shit that young black girls used to do back in the day. Now the only thing you got left to do is sell your body. You know what I'm saying? Shake your ass on the pole and shit. Participate in kicking in doors and all kind of dumb shit like that, because you out here trying to get money too now. But all the shit that you could be using, you got everybody else doing it. That's stupid. They turned you into a consumer, black woman. So I disagree with that point though, Smoke. Well, every black girl should know that shit. Just like every black boy should know how to deal with car shit. You know what I'm saying? They should be familiar with electrical shit. They should be familiar with plumbing. Because guess who they used to call to do that shit? They used to call the black man.
Yeah, everybody is not going to understand it, but at the end of the day, we should corner the market for shit that we do. So in the case of hair, a black woman should be going to a black woman to get her hair nails done, or she should be doing it herself. Plain and simple. If you're gonna spend the money on it, hello?
Yeah,
if you're gonna spend the bread, you should be spending with another brother or sister. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So
keep this.
Well, yeah.
I done know the chick that told me she got to go to the hairstylist and told the hairstylist had to ask her, do you know how to do black girls' hair? So I said, well, why the fuck would you go to a hairstylist that don't know how to do black girls' hair? Why don't you deal with a black girl? You know what I'm saying? Black woman. You know what she told me? That was a black woman. But you still got to ask if they know how, because a lot of black girls don't know how to, this is what she's telling me, a lot of black girls don't know how to deal with black girls' hair.
Like natural hair, right?
I said, what?
Yeah, I said, wait a minute. I think it was natural hair. I heard that before.
Yeah, like and that's what they'll say. We're talking about naturals. I ain't talking about weave. I'm talking about naturals. And I'm like, naturals? You talking your real hair? You mean to tell me a black girl don't know what to do with black hair? And you telling me this and you don't even hear the idiocracy of that? This is how lost we are in this game. Yeah, this is how lost we are in the game. It's just like when I hear grown-ass men with dreadlocks talking about who do your hair? I paid $60 to get my hair done. And I'm like, your hair done? Who do your hair? Nigga, this is dreadlocks. All these fashion dreads. And they get their shit trimmed and you know what I'm saying? Like they little girls and shit. No warrior spirit. No warrior spirit. And it's like, yo, what's going on? The temperature in America getting hot, yo. And this shit boiling. And that's why it's so funny with that This Is America shit. It's funny and shit because the nigga goes throughout the whole shit, you see the chaos behind you. And what you see black people doing, dancing, shaking their ass, big ass grin and smile on our face. Like we could smile out of this shit. Like we could celebrate out of this shit. Like we could just be optimistic and just think that everything's gonna go right. Just like I said with that last call and shit like that. The girl and shit like that saying, yo, marry me and everything just gonna work its way out. So you telling me shit ain't working its way out right now. And we not married. But somehow, once I marry you, everything's gonna miraculously just start fitting in place. That's crazy. You want a man that lives in a fantasy.
Right.
No. We gotta be in strategic mind frame. We have to be in preparation mind frame. We have to be in savings mind frame. We have to be in the mind frame of a takeover mind frame. We have to understand the position that we are in America, and then we lay out the ground rules and our game plan to get out of that. And what we can't do is think that we're in a position that we're not in and keep making the same dumb mistakes over and fighting the stupid ass wars that we fight and stay in the same positions that we in. We can't do that shit anymore. We got people like Omarosa right now, so she blowing up the Trump spot, right? She got tapes and everything. I think she made a dumb mistake, yo. I think that was a real dumb move she made. Because I look at it like this.
Emotional.
It's emotional move. You picked your side. You picked your side. Ride with your side. Because that's the side that you can eat off of. Herman Cain, you know that. Herman Cain, the black man that ran for president. He stays on that conservative side, and he eating lovely off that conservative side. Omarosa could be eating lovely off that conservative side. But what happened?
Yeah,
wait, watch this. I'm gonna show you the whole game plan. She's looking at the plan. She's looking at the template of Trump isn't gonna be here come second term. Trump's gonna get a second term. I keep telling y'all that. Trump's gonna get that second term. So she's playing off the fact that Trump's not gonna get that second term. So she's hoping that she could be the catalyst also that helps bring him down. That shit ain't gonna play out like that. And when that shit don't play out like that, and that second term come in, that's when they're gonna turn that fucking flame up higher. And when they turn that flame up higher, she ain't gonna have nowhere to stand. I won't even be surprised if she don't end up getting a divorce. She ain't gonna have no place to stand. Straight up. Go ahead, Smoke. What you were saying about that whole shit?
No, to me it was just like a emotional play. Like, basically she writing her book, but it's like, she upset with the with the White House and with Trump, and so this is her get back. She probably losing bread from she not getting paid from that shit, so she's like, all right, y'all gonna do that. I'm gonna get paid off of this book real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna come out. All the book is out, and then
Oh nah, they wanted to pay her. They wanted to pay her.
What was it? Laura Bush? Laura Trump.
Yeah, they wanted to give her 15,000 a fucking month. Now this is my whole shit about that. You get the 15,000 a month, right? They bump you out, but they understand, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? She's somebody that really show you the power that Omarosa has.
Yeah.
Even though they forced her out, that showed the power that she had. So my whole thing is, hold on, real quick. My whole thing is, with the 15,000 a month and still the political connects that you have, if your goddamn focus was on black people, you could have made that shit work. You see what I'm saying? You could have made the shit work. Go ahead, Smoke.
What I was gonna say is, all right. Either you can think like, well, you see with the recordings, like she making recordings and all type of shit like that. So you can either say, all right, well, was that just a play for her to sell her book? Like she knew she was on the way out, she was gonna sell her book or whatever. Or was she that type of person who's gonna get intel and pass that shit off to people? But she ain't have no backing. Like who wanted to talk to Omarosa and fuck with her like that? So it's like, if people was really fucking with her, would she have been passing information on? Because she clearly recording shit. She done snuck in the war room or whatever they was calling that shit, where they take your phones and all that shit. They was acting on NBC like, yo, how did you record this shit? She like, I can't tell you all that. Because she done snuck some shit in there and recorded this shit. So I'm like, now, we know the perception of Omarosa. So I ain't going to necessarily disagree and say, like, Omarosa was for black people, we just wasn't fucking with her. But it was a clear disconnect there. Because she was in position, like you just said, she had power. And she was doing that type of covert shit. So it was like, you know, whatever.
What she did? Emotion, like you said earlier.
We were supposed to be able to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you want to place the blame, I wouldn't even argue against that part.
The blame.
We're supposed to take advantage of that.
Let me tell you, the blame is that we don't give a fuck about our goddamn selves. That's where the blame lies. We too busy fighting some make-believe as racism, some make-believe as white supremacy, some make-believe as white privilege. So because you're fighting ghosts, you're fighting Duffy, you're fighting narratives. So you walk around, we gotta fight against racism in America. How? How you gonna fight against a goddamn ideology? Explain that to me. How do you fight against an ideology? Because when I was young, I heard people say, don't worry. When the old people die off, racism will be over. Because that's some old people shit. The young people don't share that sentiment. And y'all watched a bunch of 20-year-old motherfuckers with tikis at Charlottesville. So you can't tell me it's some old shit because Richard Spencer wasn't old. These niggas got QAnon. You know what QAnon is, Smoke?
No, what's that?
This shit, I think it's called QAnon or QAnon. Let me check it real quick. I think it's called QAnon. Right? That's some shit the crackers got out, right? So the media they don't know what it is. But what I think QAnon is basically a think tank or like a thought process of letting the white Trump supporters know no matter what you see on TV, it ain't real, right? So don't be discouraged. That's the whole fake news and all kind of shit like that. Don't be discouraged. The liberal media are gonna show you the Mueller investigation and Trump, and he's gonna be impeached and all kind of shit like that. Don't believe it. They're all in cahoots. Stick with the template. Keep pushing forward. We're all united. The silent majority. That's what QAnon is. QAnon is that reassuring figure. Because when you're watching the television, which keeps everybody dumb, no matter the race, you got to understand, I cannot give you the perception of power, right? So this is how it goes, Smoke. Black people have no power in America. White people got power in America. So white people sell you the narrative that they're powerless and that black people is strong. Right or wrong, right? So we got to gun down black people. I was intimidated. I was scared. But when their white boys got guns, like the school shooting, what the cops do? They never entered that school when that school shooting was going on. They never entered that school. They waited out. They said, "We're not going inside there." That's what somebody scared would do. So what the television does is they flip the shit. Like Missy Elliott said, they flipped it and reversed it. You know what I'm saying? So they make the black person who's powerless, strong and powerful, and then they make the white person who's powerful weak and defenseless. Now I know somebody thinking to themselves, but what you mean the white person is powerful? Let's use the case of the brother who was gunned down by police, the black man who was gunned down by police, when he was pulled over on his way to a store, and they said that he had PCP in the system, and the white cop, female cop, told him he was walking with his hands up towards the car, and she said she thought he reached into his car and all kind of shit like that. This brother name. Right, I think Crusher or something like that. I feel like his last name was, but I forget his name too. Is that it?
Maybe Terrence. I think.
Yeah, I'm eerie like that, where I could just sometimes the name just float to the top of my head.
I remember
that is the correct name.
Fuck her.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
I remember her.
So she goes and so she, white woman with a gun, black man unarmed. So in that scenario, Smoke, who's powerful?
Person with the gun.
Think about it. Who's powerful? Is it the black man or the white woman with the gun? Who's more powerful?
Person with the gun got the power.
Right? But what they said, she was in fear of her life, right? And everybody ran with that narrative. George Zimmerman and Trayvon. George Zimmerman have the gun, and he's older. Trayvon is armless, and he's young. He's a kid. Who they tell you? Who they said was the victim? You see what I'm saying? The grown man with the gun, and the young black boy. He's the aggressor. Same shit they do with Mike Brown and the cop in Ferguson. This 6-foot cop, right, with a gun, grown ass man, felt like a child to Mike Brown, teenager, who's running from the cop and gets gunned down by police. Who they tell you was the victim, the cop. And who was the aggressor? Who was the bad guy, the villain? Mike Brown. With no weapon. So that's how the television does. They always flip shit around. Look at Kim Jong. Look at the North Korea and America. What they keep telling you? North Korea got the nukes, and they're a threat. And what I kept telling you, North Korea don't want no smoke with America. Right or wrong, Smoke?
Yeah.
But they kept saying on the news, "Oh my God, North Korea and And Trump is going to start a war. And what I kept saying, North Korea don't want no smoke with no America. What happened next? All that talks and shit crumbled. All that big tough talk crumbled. Why? Because you got reality and you got fiction. The whole thing is, and this is what the strategy is. If I'm big and strong and I got all the power, it's not smart for me to openly display that. So I'm going to downplay my power. And when I downplay my power, then maybe once I attack back, everybody will say, well, he wasn't the aggressor. He had no choice. You know who else played that same game, folks? Israel against Palestine.
What'd you say?
I said, you know who else played that game? Israel versus Palestine.
Yeah.
Right? When Palestine is throwing rocks at tanks, right? They make it like, look at what the Palestinians is doing. They throwing a Molotov cocktail. But the Israelis got tanks and fighter jets. But they'll make you think that Israel is the victim. So the whole point of me saying that is, in this case here, the media is showing you we're all against Trump. We're going to get Trump out. The blue wave, the midterms, and Trump, we're going to get him out of here. And they're doing that because they know that's not what's going to happen. But then you got the QAnon people group that's out there telling this to the people because you don't want the people to believe the propaganda. You see what I'm saying? So you want the people to know that, oh no, this is just a game. We got to stick to the course. We got to keep the agenda going. We can't listen to what's going on in the media. And if you check the real polls and approval ratings, Trump is actually doing good in approval ratings. But what the other media like to do is they like to judge their polls based off of certain questions. So what they'll say, and you got to pay attention to that. What they'll do is they'll turn around and they'll say, most Americans do not agree with Trump's decision of separating families at the border war. Right, okay. All right, no, they don't agree with that. Would they vote for Trump again? Yeah. Ask that question. They might say, yeah, most Americans don't agree with Trump saying grab woman by the pussy. Right. Most Americans may not agree with him saying it. But ask them would they vote for him again. See, this is where we mess up as black people. We're supposed to be taking advantage. When a Republican is in office, we're supposed to get what we can get out of the Republicans. When a Democrat is in office, we're supposed to get what we can get out of Democrats. We are not supposed to pick sides. We're supposed to use each against each other. That's where we fell at. That's where we fell at. And until we understand that, we're going to always fail. But I think we don't get it because we don't got it. I think because we don't got the economy, we don't get it. You know what I'm saying? That's like trying to teach your son the importance of saving, right? But he live in a house with you, he a child. And you like, yo, man, save that money, man, put that shit in the IRA. Or he like, what? I didn't even get out of elementary school yet.
Right.
Still a baby. Like, I'm still a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still in the house. Like, What are you talking about, Pops? You know what I'm saying? And you barking on him about saving money. He's not going to get that. He got to be in that position of life to understand that. So when you're in an economy, you understand the importance of sticking together, unity, because you understand what you're protecting. When you don't have an economy, we're individuals. We're like pockets with a hole in it. You see what I'm saying? We got to fix that. We got to fix that. And that's how that shit goes. So you want to hear? Oh, I don't got that story no more. I had a story. I said I had a story I did want to read though about this sheriff that got outed at oh shit, casualty man arrested out of tells police you treat like a black person. Oh shit. He got it interesting. So the guy, I just stumbled upon this story, right? So he go, man arrested at airport tells police you're treating me like a black person. It says a Thursday airport arrest makes the internet rounds perfectly encompass white privilege. Some shit I told y'all, stupidest shit I've heard in my life. White privilege. Jeffrey Epstein, a 59-year-old doctor, Lakeland, Florida, who was captured while being detained acting erratically before American Airlines flight. The video shows the confrontation after police reached the scene. Not to let up, the final moments of a video is where things go awry. As the officers take Epstein down to the ground, he can be heard yelling, "You're treating me like a black person!" And with that statement, Epstein perfectly summarized the injustices many white Americans refuse to acknowledge. Yeah, it's not that they refuse to acknowledge it. They don't have to acknowledge it. For what? You know what I'm saying? This is their economy. But it's interesting his name is Jeffrey Epstein because that's that pervert. If you Google his name, this guy had a whole island where he had underage girls and people that frequent the island was Bill Clinton, Kevin Spacey, shit, probably Donald Trump. I know some of Donald Trump peoples, like his lawyer and shit, so it could have been Donald Trump too. One of them Jewish lawyers that's always on the television defending Donald Trump was on there. But the whole point is, it's like, that's a funny name, but the point is, that's the economy. The shit we call white privilege is basically saying, y'all don't treat us like white people. That's what the real white privilege shit is. Black saying that we want to be treated like white people. And because y'all don't treat us like white people have privilege. And it's like, no. The privilege that white people have is called benefiting off of their economy. And if we had an economy, and you had your business, and you had a black girl come up to your damn job to work, or a black guy come to your job to work, and a white guy and a white chick come up to your job, who you trying to hire first? Who you trying to hire first? If you know the black unemployment is high, and you open up a business in America as a black person, you telling me you willing to hire black, brown, the fucking Chinese and everybody else? Or are you gonna be looking out for your people employed? You know what I'm saying?
They gonna be hiring Chinese.
Chinese, they better work it.
We gotta be fair, though.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for the best qualified employee.
I know what it's like to be a minority in this country.
Look, that's right. I don't want to discriminate. I would be like them. I know what it feels like to be discriminated against. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you would want to think that, you know, you're going to hire your own people, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, shit. Look, that's why we complain that when the Chinese don't have no black people working in their store. You don't got one black person. This is America. Equal opportunity. No, you're a worker. That's why you're angry. Because you're a worker. A worker is not a powerful person. A worker is the blood of a business. That's what a worker is. When you see black people and they're unemployed, they don't have nothing, that's full of workforce. And we need to take advantage of our workforce.
Yeah.
When we take advantage of our workforce, then you're going to start to see black privilege. Then you're going to start to see black power. Then you're going to start to see black supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Then you're going to start to see these acts. Because guess what black privilege would be? When you go to the black part of town, where the black businesses are paying the black politicians, we're getting laws and shit passed in our communities, and we're able to elect our own police commissioners, when we speak to the police commissioners and let them know, yo, we don't tolerate A, B, C, and D, or you ain't cracking our heads over no fucking marijuana. There is no loitering signs in our neighborhood. You can't stand up and post up if we don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to be harassed. Yeah. Then you're going to start to see what black privilege is. You know what I'm saying? When a black person is sitting out and he can drink his beer on the stoop. You know what I'm saying? And police drive by and he can dap the police up and be like, hey, what up, man? Yeah, we chilling out here. You know what I'm saying? Everything peace, everything cool. You know what I'm saying? And it's no big deal. Then you're going to see what black privilege is. You're going to see black power when we're opening up our factories and we're competing with white America. White America is a door. White America is not. This is another thing, Smoke. White America, the white American, they don't treat black people the way they treat black people because of their hatred of you being black. That's the reason why white people be so confused when you want to cry racism at the goddamn time. The reason why white people treat black people the way they treat black people is because this is the same way white people treat themselves. This is how they treat themselves. That's like smoke. You just heard this shit in Pennsylvania about the Catholics being caught out there for touching motherfuckers since the 40s, right? Thousands of kids and all kind of shit. That's adults, right? Did you hear that shit?
No, I didn't hear that shit.
But you heard about Catholics touching kids, though, right?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
So if you've been hearing they mainly touching on white kids, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So when you hearing that they're touching on white kids, right? And then you find out that these priests go to Mexico and they're touching on the Mexicans. Are they doing that because they're Mexican? You see what I'm saying? If these are the Catholics now, when they go to Africa and they're touching on the kids in Africa, are they touching on the kids because they're African? You see what I'm saying? This is they touch their own kids. They touch white kids. These are just some kid touching motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So once you start to internalize this shit and make it like, oh, they doing this because we're black, what you end up realizing is you're really hating the fact that you're black. You're really sitting over here wishing you wasn't black. Hating the fact that you're dark skinned. Hating where you live at. Hating people. You start to blame them for their treatment. You start to blame them for your treatment. You see what I'm saying? You start to say to yourself, see, niggas always fucking shit up. Niggas always doing this. Niggas always doing. And you're like, damn, black man. No, it's the difference between black people and niggas. Really? Is it? Is it? Do you think police run past a black person and be like, oh, excuse me, black man, did you see a nigga run past here?
You that nigga that just ran by.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, they killed cornbread. They killed cornbread. You know what I'm saying? Cornbread had a obstacle.
They shot cornbread.
Yeah, but was cornbread a nigga or was cornbread a black man? Cornbread ain't do no wrong, and they killed cornbread. You know what I'm saying? So then what? So at the end of the day, what we talking about? A nigga and a black person. Come on, man. We start to internalize and hate ourselves subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? So then, this is what happens. But we got to say to ourselves, no, we're not the problem. They're the problem. So when you're dealing with the white people and they're showing you how nasty they are, you're supposed to understand that this is how they are. Don't take that shit personal. Move better. You know who these people are. When you get around these Chinese, you think these Chinese is clocking these black women up inside their head because they black? I'm gonna say that again. You think that they went upside this black woman's head because they're black? Hell no. Half of them Chinese got smuggled over here. They fucking work in sweatshops and shit. Y'all fucking, you know what I'm saying? They treat their own people fucked up. So you think they treat their own people fucked up. You think when you come to the East Indians and shit like that, the reason why they act like that towards you because you're black? Read up on India and how they rape their daughters. They rape little girls, these Indians. Read up on them Arabs. How they raping little boys in the Arabian country. How they oppressing, how they throw acid and shit in their fucking woman's face. And then when they treat you foul, you start to think it's because you black. No. They do this shit because that's how they treat themselves. They're savages. And you expect a savage to treat you good because you black. You stupid as fuck. That makes no goddamn sense. That makes no sense. You're not going to go to a high crime neighborhood and leave your car unlocked. You're going to say, no, these niggas still over here. So if they still, what you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Just to, and pick out the window when you get in. Because you ain't going to pick out somebody walking around your shit. Why? Because niggas still here. So if you know niggas still over here and you know how to prepare yourself against niggas stealing from you, why you don't have that same preparation against every other person and every other people? Why you feel comfortable being around white people when you know they enslaved your people? Why you feel comfortable being around Chinese people when you know that they built your community out of their resources and treat you like shit every time? Not to mention eat rat, cat, and why you feel comfortable being around Mexicans when you know Mexicans is out here on some exterminating black people type shit on the West Coast? But y'all go there for Cinco de Mayo to drink. Why y'all feel comfortable? and y'all feel comfortable around the East Indians when you know they turn around and they treat y'all like PRD shit. But you be around these people, you patronize them, you mix with them, you deal with them, and you treat them on a higher level. But when you get around your people, then common sense hits you. That you gotta watch how you move in and shit. You gotta watch and peep your surroundings. You can't trust everybody.
Well, a lot of times these relationships with other people be hustle relationships. So it's like, oh, this is my jeweler. He's Arrow. Oh, this is, you know what I'm saying? This is how we be knowing these people. They be getting cake off of it. Then you might develop some other shit out of that. You know what I mean? Of course, you got individual relationships, but most of the time, that's what you see. That's the dude from the store, so you be buying from his store. That's, so it's just like, these be hustles. So, like I was saying earlier, if we take the hustle out of this shit, we wouldn't be going to the careers. We wouldn't be dealing with shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have to be around. We wouldn't be subject to shit like that because most of the time we buying shit from them. So if we can find a way to establish our economy where we buying from ourselves, a lot of those relationships ain't there. Them sisters ain't in that shop for them to even put a broom on them. Whether you think it's racist or whether you go by what you just said. You know what I'm saying? It's like they wouldn't even be in to even find out that that's happening. You know what I'm saying?
So we just gotta. She'll be laughing, kikiing with the rest of the sisters inside of a black-owned beauty supply store. That's what they'll be doing. That's what'll be going on. And guess what? The Chinese nail supply stores and shit like that, they wouldn't even be existent. Cause who the fuck nails are they doing? If they ain't doing yours, who nails they doing?
Like
Arab woman nails.
A lot of these
think about it,
not even supposed to exist. Like you said.
They wouldn't even exist. They're not going to Arab women. They're not going to East Indian women. They might go to the white woman. Right? And who else? And they're not going to the Mexican woman. So they might go to the white woman. Right? So let all these other group of peoples go to the white economy and milk off them and see how much white people will let you suck off their titties before they take it off. We see it right now. We see it right now with the tariffs. And even with the tariffs. Oh, Trump doing this tariff war. Nobody going to win during the tariff war. Why they keep saying nobody going to win during the tariff war when America is winning the fucking tariff war? Because it's like I said earlier, Smoke. They don't want to let the powerful be shown as powerful. So the powerful person play the role of the weak. Oh my God, don't you know what China can do to us? Why the fuck would America feel comfortable telling you they're gonna lose? You see what I'm saying? Because we black and we're used to losing, we don't see nothing strange with that. That America would be on television saying, oh my God, this would cripple us. Look how it's hurting the farmers. Look what's going on with. Why are not telling us that Mexico and a lot of these, England and a lot of these other countries that Trump put tariffs on, Canada and shit like that, these niggas coming to the table talking about, all right, let's renegotiate. Let's come up with an idea. And the ones that get
us. It's a long term. It's a long game.
Yeah, it's a long game. This is a 20-year game. This ain't no 2-4-year game. This is a 20-year game, 30-year game. You crackers playing for keeps. They playing for keeps. And black people, we're getting caught up in a television game where we're following what the media and what the narrative is telling us. So we sitting around over here playing a 1 and 2 year game and a 4-year game. It's gonna be a lot of hurt people, yo, when Trump gets this second term. Watch what I say, Smoke. Cause I sound crazy. But I sound crazy when I told people Trump was gonna get it when everybody thought Hillary was gonna get it. Remember, we had some brothers call up saying Trump wasn't gonna get it because Hillary is part of the bloodline and Trump ain't part of the bloodline. And I said, what? What happened? Trump won, obviously. All that's recorded. All that's
Yeah,
recorded.
see, the time goes by fast. So, like, when you look at, the state of the Democratic Party, because that's really what's not being said. There's a lot of hate of Trump, and whether you think it's true or not, the one thing that's not being said is like what the Democrats are doing. They don't have any solid candidates. You just hear names that's just being tossed around. They don't have an agenda for the people. They already said that they brought an agenda there that they already knew was going to get rejected. So it's like, really, it's just a bunch of nothing that's going on from that side. So it's like, regardless of, you could say you expect what the Republicans going to do. Donald Trump, you expect all this craziness. But it's like, when you look at the opposition, which most of us are siding with Democrats, most of us are, open Democrats. We're going to vote Democrat when necessary. So it's like, when the people that we giving our votes to, they not doing that. They don't have a plan at all. And then when you look at it on just the smaller scale, just for black people in general, you already know it ain't no agenda. Our leaders, quote, air quotes, is fucking saying that they in open resistance of the administration. So, like, that's really what you can say what you want about, Trump's side, but that's basically what's going on with the Democratic Party. And time go by fast, so time go by real fast.
See, the funny part to me about the whole shit is, the whole funniest part to me about it is, I read a story about the Acosta chick, right? How she's banning, how she's gonna ban cameras and media, whatever, from her speeches, her talking.
Right.
Yeah, you know what that means? You ain't drawing a big enough crowd.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You know why you ban the cameras? It's what I just said earlier with the whole QAnon and all that shit like that. Because if the people that sees your speech, you giving speeches and shit like that and lectures or whatever, and they see you got a small group of people and you're not generating a large group, they're gonna say, "Oh, you're not a winning horse. Why am I gonna put my vote there?
Right.
I need to go and vote with the larger candidate."
But why isn't she? So when you back up to whenever it was that she won, her election, then it was a big uproar. They had this was on first CNN, you know what I'm saying? All the black stations was covering that shit, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know about Hispanic, but I'm pretty sure they was covering it too.
Oh, hell
so why
yeah.
is it? So why is it that she's not having a bigger draw? Why would she do that? The state of the Democratic Party. You got people that's all over the place. There's so many people trying to put their hat in. So many names getting their draw. So it's like, if somebody really even do something, well, it's like, are you going to get the support that you need to even be able to go forward? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's whatever.
Yeah, like I said, man, that's how the game goes. The whole shit is about manipulation. You know what I'm saying? So what they do is, it's trickery. Trickery is what's going on. You also know that there's a whole movement for Black Americans not to even participate in the fucking up and coming election. There's also a movement about that.
Your boy Hov and Beyonce, they had some trends associated with that On the Run 2 tour, if I'm not mistaken. Like, they pumping voting and shit like that along with that tour.
Yeah, they trying to pump that vote and shit. Yeah, they doing that, but there's a whole counter argument for us not to vote.
Oh, not to vote.
Yeah, to not to vote. So what I'm saying is, once you start to get that shit going on, reasons why black people shouldn't vote, why we shouldn't fuck with the Democratic Party, Um, the Democratic Party still don't even have a candidate and all kind of shit like that now. Yo, they don't even got nobody who could go against Trump, no matter what bullets they shoot at Trump, no matter what they call him. The Democrats don't have nobody. They even got to the point where the Stormy Daniels lawyer said, if the Democrats don't have nobody to go against Trump, I'll run against Trump. So we're not even talking about policies anymore. We're talking about personalities. So that lets you know.
Yeah. Plus, it's like in the midst of a lot of stuff, like the tariffs you mentioned and shit like that. And who knows what else is coming down the pipeline. So to bring in another president, even though it's it's a Democratic vote, so somebody gotta, it's a possibility you can vote. But it's like a lot of voters probably gonna lean the way like of keeping certain shit going, especially you still got a little ways to go before the voting. So with the tariffs and all that shit going on, yeah, I mean, you could see him in for another 4 years after this one. Getting an 8-year term. 8 years.
I told you he gonna get an 8-year term. I told you he gonna get it. Yeah. I said he gonna get an 8-year term before he even got the first year. Because see, you gotta understand who they are. When you understand who they are, you understand the gameplay. A lot of us don't want to understand who they is. That's why I keep saying a lot of this shit ain't real, man. This racism, white supremacy, and all this other bullshit. This shit ain't real. This is us understand. This is who they are. Again, I'm gonna give you another example. If you go into a household and in their house, all they do is smoke weed. The mother, the father, they let their little kids smoke weed, all that shit, right? That's the type of house they is. And then you send your black child to that house to chill, and you find out your son be over there smoking weed, and you like, yo, man, look at the shit they want to do to my son because he black. How your son get caught up in that? Your son ain't got nothing to do with that. They're the ones. This is who they are. Here's another example, Smoke, because this is the one the one I could never understand. A white person throw a banana at you, and then you call yourself a monkey. How am I the monkey if you threw a banana at me? That's the perception. How am I the monkey if you threw a banana at me? The monkey is the one that throws the banana. So if the monkey is the one that throws the banana, why the fuck am I calling myself a monkey? Because you threw a banana at me. Because that's how we interpret this shit. So when we see the news constantly telling us Hillary gonna win, Hillary gonna win, Hillary gonna win, we're gonna break the glass ceiling, we're gonna break the glass ceiling. But I kept saying, Smoke, I said Trump got this. I don't know what the fuck the news talking about, but there's no way in hell Trump's not gonna win. I'm looking at the news and shit like that for the first time, and I was like, yo, maybe I'm tripping. There's no way in hell this nigga Trump gonna win. I said, but deep down in my gut, I still feel like he gonna win though. And I never got off my platform. I never got off my shit for that. It's the same way now. You gotta listen to the words they don't repeat. You gotta listen to the words that they don't repeat. When you hear them say something over and over again, impeach, collusion, and cover ups, Manaforts, and all kind of shit over and over again. Listen to the word they never repeat. When somebody asks them, but is this legal? Well, technically, it's not illegal, but morally, and then they'll go off into this rant, but you'll never hear them repeat. It's not illegal. You'll never hear them repeat that, but you'll hear them over and over repeat names. You'll hear them repeat accusations. You'll hear them repeat the same shit over and over again to you. because they want you to forget the part when somebody said it's not illegal. And if it's not illegal, nothing gonna happen. Straight up. They're not gonna repeat that the nigga approval rating is high. His approval rating is not low. And I keep telling y'all how to count it. When they give y'all the Republican percentage and they give you the independent percentage and they give you the Democratic percentage, add the independent percentage to the Republican. And that's the true number. The country's divided, right, Smoke?
Yeah.
You hear? It's divided, right? Well, here's the question. If the country's divided, then how do you turn around and say Republican, Independent, and Democrat? Isn't that three?
Yeah, what they said is divided. Three.
They said it's divided, all right? They don't say it's three. This shit is divided. It's Republican and it's Democrat. Independents are Republicans that are ashamed to call themselves Republicans publicly. That game started with George W. Bush. It started with George W. Bush. Every time, count the Republican and count the Independent together. And if that number is higher than the Democratic side, then Trump won. That's how you do your math to see what it's really about. If the country's divided, why the fuck are they showing you three options? That makes no sense. Republican, Independent, and Democrat. Come on. If that's the case, shit, I'm pretty sure there's other groups you could throw out there too, right? No. The Independents. Here's another example, Smoke. So the soybean farmers. Soybean farmers say, these tariffs is hurting us. We don't want the government bailout. We don't want that 29 point whatever million or whatever, $1 billion or whatever the $1 billion is that they're giving to the farmers. We don't want those billions of dollars. And we know because of Martin Luther King that those checks goes to the farmers. They don't go to their land. It goes to the farmers. We know that from Martin Luther King when he dropped that information on us. You know what I'm saying? So they asked the farmers were saying, it's tough. We don't agree with the tariff. We don't want the money. We just want to grow our food, sell our food, make our money the hard, honest way. You know what they said in the smoke? They said, so would you vote for Trump again? All of them said, yes, I would. Because I believe he's fighting the long fight. And down the line, this is going to benefit us. So when you listen to the damn Democrats and you listen to the news and tell y'all these tariffs is hurting the Midwest and all of Donald Trump supporters and farmers, they're fucking with you. They're fucking with you. Because all of them people that's being affected by the tariffs still support Donald Trump. You know who else support Donald Trump, Smoke? The business community. Because the business community is telling Donald Trump to even go harder on China with the goddamn tariffs. They not saying lighten up. So when you hear the goddamn Democrats and the goddamn news and the media tell you these companies is laying off people, these companies is moving their companies to different stuff, and they're not, you know what I'm saying, it costs so much for these products for them to make, they're fucking with you. Because all those businesses is lined up in agreement with Donald Trump. So you got the farmers community, and you got the business community, and you got the QAnon who's dealing with the local person who watch the television to let them know stay on track. Or what Tariq say? Tariq Nasheed say, stay on code, right? That's what QAnon. That's the best way for me to explain QAnon. It's telling your basic ass white person to stay on code. Stay on code. When it's time to go black, we go in. Look, here's the reverse from what black people say. Stay on code, white America. Stay on code. Don't believe what the media is saying. Behind the scenes, we're making it work. When it's time to vote, go Republican, 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 Republican. Because you know how with black people, we be like, Democrat, 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 Democrat. So that's what QAnon is. Yeah, straight down. That's what QAnon is. QAnon ain't nothing but a reassurance to white America. Stay on code. So while we're listening to the media tell us what's going to happen in the future again, understand the way the game goes, they make the victim the perpetrator, and the perpetrator the victim every time, especially when it comes to black people and white people. So when you understand that part of the game, and you understand that that's how they do that shit, you cannot listen to them say, this is what we're going to do. No. You can't listen to America talk weak. The number one economy in the world is America. You cannot let America talk weak and say, we are powerless. We don't know what to do with China. We don't know what to do with North Korea. I don't know how we're going to stop the terrorism going on in Libya with Gaddafi. What are we going to do with Saddam Hussein? Who is going to do something about Hugo Chavez? What are we going to do with the Castro brothers? You got to think about that, man. You got to think about that. Every one of those people, all of them, they made them out to be tougher than they really was. And each one of them, oh my God, Osama bin Laden, the terrorist, was able to knock down the trade centers. America allows shit to happen for a purpose. Because if you watch the documentary, maybe I should get the brother's name. But if you watch Narcos, the first season in the beginning, and they asked about the guy who, well, basically, what happens if the Nicaraguans or whatever, the Colombians or whatever, if they kill like a FBI agent, and they was like, well, they're not gonna do agent who was tortured and killed, and when that happened, yo, the United States sends the whole fucking power of the United States they sent to them fucking Latino islands. And they mashed them niggas up, yo, hard body. You know what I'm saying? And they let them know, you ain't gonna play that game with us. You ain't gonna play that game with us. You see what I'm saying? So if you could do that to them when they torture and kill one of your people, then why is there even a drug trade going on? You could stop the whole drug trade. You could stop the smuggling of kids and people into the country. You could stop the drugs. You could do a whole lot of shit. They want it to happen. Our hands is tied. We was not in jurisdiction. That's why we couldn't stop this 100 tons of cocaine from entering this community. Our hands was tied. We was caught in legal mumbo jumbo. Yeah, right. That's for us. That's for us. That's when we're sitting here and we're like, Governor Smoke, why is there so much killing going on in our community? And you're like, I have no idea. We will send more police to patrol. And you like, what? But then if you're sitting over here and you're trying to sell some food or give out food to the hungry, police lock your ass up real quick. And you like, you violated a city ordinance. But then the drugs and guns come into your neighborhood, and you like, hey, how did these drugs and guns come? We have no idea. the broken border, and you like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? But if you put up a lemon stand, the police ready to crack your child's head for a lemon stand. If you don't pay your taxes, they ready to crack your head for not paying taxes. But you wondering, yo, where the fuck is these little kids getting caught up in this sex trafficking sting? Who the fuck they sending these goddamn kids to? We have no idea how these kids are being kidnapped, how these organs are being harvested, why there's so much unemployment, murders and corruption, and we have no idea. That's because we're supposed to be content with their narrative and their story. Thousands and thousands of kids molested in Catholic churches from the 1940s. We had no idea. We will get to the bottom of this. And we don't see the pattern. We don't see the pattern. We don't see the pattern. So we fall for the shit over and over again. Instead of realizing this is who they are. And the only way to protect yourself against these people is to separate yourself from these people. And as black people, we are obsessed with white people. We are obsessed with white people. You see what I'm saying? So it's like for us to get away from a lot of shit, we gotta wash our minds of white people. And the best way to wash the minds of white people, teach it to your children. Teach your children not to obsess over white people. Don't have to work twice as hard to be better than them or be like them or whatever. You don't have to work twice as hard. Don't even think about them. Do you? If you're just against trying to be a system, understand that these people discriminate against themselves over hair color. Hair color. Blondes, brunettes, black hair, and all kind of shit, and blue eyes and hazel eyes. They're discriminating against themselves over eye color and hair color. That's their obsession. That's their obsession. They're obsessed about birth and birth rates because they're a minority group on the planet. That's why they come up with in vitro fertilization and all kind of shit like that. Because they're obsessed with population. And that's why they deal with population control. Because they figure if we wipe out enough melanated people, then maybe the white population can increase faster since we cannot do it through birth. We'll do it through death, but it's not working. It only works when we follow their lead. Once you turn, it's like Freddy at the end of the Freddy movie. Once Shorty Nancy said to herself, you know what? You're not real. You're not real. I'm not giving you no more power. And Freddy got mad, and he was like, "Yo, fuck this shit." Yo, went to kill her, and he just went through her and disappeared. And it's like that is with white people. We gotta stop obsessing over them. We gotta stop wanting to be with them, be a part of them, think like them, live amongst them. The only time we're supposed to think about white people is when we're competing against them. That's the only time we're supposed to think about Arabs. It's when we're competing against them. That's the only time we're supposed to think about Mexicans and Chinese and East Indians and everybody else. It's when we're competing against them and plotting on taking over their goddamn territory. Other than that, we ain't never supposed to think about them. We top notch. We head honchos. Why the fuck we think about people us? You know what I'm saying? So we got to get that shit straight because America bubbling, and that shit gonna really get hot when Trump get that second term. Straight up. So you got something to say, Smoke? Because we know we at that 11:06 hour now.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit. Yo, man. I don't know, man. Just take the hustle out of it. That's the main shit that I was saying all night. Take the hustle out of this black shit. You know what I'm saying? The way you treat your kids, the way you interact with your significant other. You know what I'm saying? Other people. Take all the hustling out of it because we ain't benefiting from a lot of that. So when you know you're a woman, you begging your old man, you want to get married, do something different. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to just pound him about a damn diamond ring that's going to cost him a few grand that he don't got. Do something different. You know, you can get married or whatever. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But just do something with y'all, you know, within the means. Yeah. Keep it black. You know what I'm saying? We got to start switching that shit up.
Play your position. Play your position as the woman and make every day better than the next.
Yeah.
Until that day comes. You know what I'm saying? Until that day comes. Because if you move in the light where it's like, yo, I'm giving you the best of me. I'm at the top. I'm at the top of my game on what I'm giving you. That should be what's important to you. Because at least you know if the relationship don't work, you're still walking out of it as the best woman that you could ever been. You understand what I'm saying? So if you move it, and the same thing as a man. As a man, you sit there and you just move as the best man that you could ever been. If she decides to leave you because you don't marry her, yo, she's leaving a man that's put together properly. So you could go out and mess with these broken boys, but you're walking away from a man. You see what I'm saying? So be the best you is what I could say. And as long as you be the best you're going to get everything that comes with being the best you. Because if that's going to work, it's going to work regardless, whether you have a ring or not. Right or wrong, Smoke. What do you think about that?
Yeah, man, shit.
Will that make sense?
Definitely. I mean, it definitely do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the foundation got to be right. Marriage. The
foundation. That's perfect.
It ain't. Marriage don't fix shit. You know what I'm saying? Marriage is like the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying?
The icing. That's the
all that other shit got to be positive.
No. Let's go into the house analogy like you said. The foundation got to be right, and the marriage is just the roof. That's the roof. Like you said, that's the icing on the cake. That's the roof. But before you get to the roof, you got to make sure the foundation is right. Then you got to put the beams up and make sure these walls and this structure is put up properly. You can't sit over there and your foundation ain't right, your structure ain't put up properly, but you like, yo, let's put the roof. Let's start on the roof. Let's start on the roof right now. Nah. And the man telling you, yo, the foundation ain't right. Let me get the foundation together. And you like, yo, if we get the roof, trust me, I just feel like the foundation and everything is going to get into the house. No, you're moving out of order. Nah, that's right and exact, Smoke. That foundation got to be right.
Yes, it ain't gonna work. Pretty much.
Pretty much. Because if the foundation is right and the structure is put together and there's no roof, guess what? You're going to get rain in your house. So when your foundation is right and your structure is put together, you're going to come to the conclusion of that roof on. But if your foundation ain't right and your structure ain't right and you get that roof on,
but
guess what? That shit
roofs. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't gonna last.
You get the roof they tell you to get. You know what I'm saying? You get other kind of roofs that fit the damn house that you want. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you know, like to me, it's like, you know, people get married. They like get married quick. You know, like however you do it, take the hustle out of it that we not benefiting. So if you are gonna do some traditional shit, you know, go to those sisters that sell cakes and make cakes. Go to them and get your shit. If you ain't gonna go to no black jeweler, which I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some somewhere, but
oh yeah,
most of the time it's not.
You know why there's black? It's black jewelers, but you may not find it in America. You might have to travel to like Europe or some shit because we got diamonds and jewelry in Africa.
Yeah,
you
but like who gonna do that? Maybe you barely could get the fucking ring. So like you gonna
right. No.
Wherever.
So see that, but that's the whole point though. Get your foundation and your structure in order.
Yeah.
Because if you get your foundation and your structure in order, and you on your black mind frame, and you're getting that black sister to make the cake, it is black venue, this black ballroom hall type shit where you can have your reception and things of this nature. You should be able to say, let me also seek out a black jeweler. You see what I'm saying? But when you don't got your foundation in order, you ain't thinking that deep. You like, listen, anybody who could give me a ring I could afford, I'm going to. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like, yo, let's get everything in order where we can make the proper ring. Yeah. But
like we need to focus on the
saying,
small things.
See, but I'm not even saying. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say fuck a ring, but I agree with you saying. Let's focus on the small things, which tighten everything up.
It's not to say like
that shouldn't be the focus.
Like, yeah, exactly. So, like, for example, all right, if you're doing well off, you know, your lady might have a career, you have a career. That might be an option on the table if that's what she wants. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, well, you know, she like rings, I'll buy rings for her. But, like, if you're on the lower end of the spectrum, then, you know, that shouldn't have to be a priority. You know what I'm saying? And both people should be recognizing that shit. Like,
should recognize that.
You don't gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? We could do this.
So let me ask you this, Mo.
And that not be a knock. You know what I'm saying on the relationship. Like that shit.
So let me ask you this. So when you say on the low end, are you saying like if these two people were living in an apartment?
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Like yeah, you don't own no property. You know what I'm saying? You renting. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Your salary might not be that high. You live in check to check or something like that. Like that's what I mean low end. You know what I'm saying? Like
so you telling me that they live in an apartment and they've been together for 5 years, and she like, listen, it's been 5 years. We should be getting married. It's like, what? Why are we not working together to try to get out of this apartment situation?
But see,
Well, I
it's
don't
like
want
if
to
you're gonna,
invest.
if you're
No,
gonna,
here's
if
a
you're
weak
gonna,
argument. Here's a weak argument. If I don't want to invest my time into you to try to get out of an apartment, and we not married, and you up and leave, so then we shouldn't even be together because you don't look at me as we're together. You look at me as somebody who's conniving and thieving, and once I come up, I'm gonna kick you to the side and run. So that should be your sign that you shouldn't even be fucking with me, right? Why are you forcing me to marry you? Because if that's who I am, I'm gonna do that whether we marry too, right? That's that weird shit. But see, but if the woman was to think in a manner in which you're saying, let's worry about some real shit. We in apartments or we staying in our mama's house. Let's bust our ass and try to really elevate. You see what I'm saying? And as you elevating, you're really bettering yourself as a woman, bettering yourself as a man. So even if y'all don't work out, y'all elevate to a level, but y'all don't work out, right? That's still a strong, good black woman that's available and a strong, good black man that's available. They didn't work out. But now she can be someone for someone else, and he could be someone for someone else. And then find what they're looking for elsewhere. Instead of they together, but they're not growing. They're not making each other, or like they're not becoming better people. So then let's say one gets better, then the other one want to latch on to that one. Or the other one gets better, someone want to hate on the other one. Or they both don't get better, and they just comfortable and not elevating. And it's like, but y'all married. And it's like, yeah, but y'all poison. At the end of the day, it should be a situation where it's like you're building. And as you build into what y'all building, and y'all reach to that pinnacle, then you can look and say, did we reach to the roof, or are we at the structure right now? Because you might have the foundation sealed off, but the next step we're working on is the structure. So while you're screaming roof, I'm screaming plywood and drywall. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the structure down pack. So it's like it's a process, and I feel like a lot of time women skips the process and want to get straight to the end. And really, it don't even matter who it's with. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Yeah, a lot of time. So I feel like we got to get all of that shit under control. We can't follow America's template of how to live and how to move. You know what I'm saying? We have to really deal with our own rules and understanding of life. We're not a monolithic people or whatever like that, right? We're more individualized. That's how we raised up. So what I say is use that within our strength, and that's your home. Strengthen your home. And let's work on and focus on having strong homes. And as we have strong homes, we develop strong children. Our children, which is our future, we have a strong generation coming up. That strong generation, which you're training, focus should be rebuilding Black America. That's what we got to be pumping to our children, teaching our children. Your focus is to elevate the race. Your focus is to push the race forward. Your focus is to rebuild a black economy. And that's what we have to pump to our children. And that's what we're going to see in the future in Black America Radio. With your host, Rasta B and Smoke. Smoke, you have any more closing, anything you want to close out with?
Nah, I think you summed it up, though.
Summed it up pretty much, right?
I know another Friday in the building, you know what I'm saying? Thanks to the listeners. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all out there. You know, we continue to support. I know we've been in and out lately, so, you know, thanks for continuing to listen.
Word. We working on things behind the scene, and it really takes time because we do work. So a lot of our time to do stuff is on the weekend. We do have children, you know what I'm saying, that we take care of and stuff like that. So it's like, unless it's a topic where it's like, yo, we gotta go out and say something and put something out here on the people's head, then it's like we'll fall back. But understand that the fallback is us building product for the people. Product. You know what I'm saying? That way we can start generating